Hello, everyone. So, today our topic of discussion is the principles of perceptual organization. So, to begin with, we can very clearly see the term gestalt that's been highlighted in colored bold letters on the slide, GESTALT. But what does the term gestalt literally mean? It actually means that how an organized whole is being perceived by us. And this organized whole will always be more than sum of its parts. So we're all very familiar that how in the visual field, whenever we are looking around, there's so much that we get to see. It's whole a lot of collection, of different elements. There could be colors, there could be lines, there could be so many points. But what's important is to understand that, all these elements that we're looking at, they are being perceived as organized wholes or as complete objects. So I am looking at these elements as one whole object and not in the form of its components or parts. That is why the whole object or the whole perceived element that I'm going to see in the end is going to always be greater than the sum of its parts, you know. And for instance, if we talk about a car or if we talk about a bicycle, when we look at a bicycle, we will look at bicycle as a complete bicycle, as a complete full object. And I will not look at the bicycle as, a mere collection of different parts. I am perceiving it as whole, the way I am seeing it, right? So, this process of being able to organize the visual field into meaningful wholes, literally, like in my visual field, that's the kind of field that I have where I can get to see so much. I'm actually perceiving everything as complete objects, and that is what is called the form perception. Now, very interestingly, as per the Gestalt psychologists, we do perceive different stimuli, but of course, this stimuli that we are perceiving, we are not perceiving as discrete elements, but rather we are looking it as the organized whole. And that organized whole or that complete object that I'm going to see is nothing but, in its most definite form, you know and this definite form, this complete form, this organized whole is always going to be greater than the sum of its parts. It's always going to be different from the sum of its parts, and many a times we tend to see them in different configurations. We will observe them in different configurations, but that's not going to take away their wholeness or for them to being looked at as complete objects. And of course, then the Gestalt psychologists have also talked about, the perception of a good figure, or so to say, the pragnance, you know. And what is this good figure, or what is this pragnance called as? This good figure is nothing but a meaningful figure, an organized figure. We have this tendency in us that we tend to perceive, the most simplest objects. We have a tendency to be able to make things as simple as possible, you know. So the pragnance, or so to say, good figure, literally means, how simple, how meaningful, and how organized am I trying to perceive the object as, and the objects that are present in my immediate environment, they'll always be seen in a way that makes them as simple as possible. So here, simple means as organized as possible, as meaningful as possible. So we all have that tendency actually in each one of us, so that's what Gestalt psychologists also believed in, and there's another concept of figure ground segregation, you know and figure ground segregation says that, how when you look at certain objects, which are right there standing out, you know, and they are the ones that make altogether separate entities, and whereas others probably very much visible but will not be able to stand out, will not be able to make a separate entity, so to say, you know maybe like, let's say you see a painting on a wall, you see a flock of birds in the sky, or maybe you see certain words written on a piece of paper. So definitely here we try and understand the figure ground segregation. How is the figure standing out from the ground? That's nothing but the background. So here, if we understand, we know that all that is actually standing out, all that is being perceived as altogether a separate entity, is nothing but the figure. You know, so maybe, let's say the birds that are going to obviously stand out, the painting on the wall is obviously going to stand out. The words are obviously going to stand out, but the page, the wall, the sky, all of this is behind, and this is what is called the background. This is what is going to be perceived as the background. And when we talk about this particular, so to say, instance of figure ground segregation, it was actually tested, and if we see this very clearly on the slide, there's Rubens vase. And this Rubens vase, if you see, some of you will see this Rubens vase as maybe just the white part of it, the white portion of it. And if you just very clearly look at the white portion of it, it appears to be a vase, a flower pot, right? And maybe if some of us could just perceive the black part of it, then it actually looks like there are two faces, interacting or looking at each other, you know. So, this is again what we're trying to understand, the figure ground segregation. Now, what's important to understand here is that how do we understand, or how do we distinguish the figure from the ground? Yes, figure has very, very concrete and definite characteristics. So, firstly, figure has got a very definite form. While if we talk about the background, it's relatively formless. Figure is very, very organized, and the background, whereas, is not that much. Figure has got a very clear contour. Contour is outline, whereas when we talk about the background, it's contourless. Figure stands out from the background, while the background will stay behind the figure. Figure appears more clear, limited, and relatively nearer, while the background appears relatively unclear, unlimited, and away from us. So, all of this that we've just discussed, all of this very clearly helps us understand that human beings will always perceive the world in organized wholes, as complete objects, as altogether absolutely complete and absolutely organized wholes, and not getting into the elements, not getting into the smaller parts of it, but definitely how am I going to perceive it as a whole, as a complete object in the end, and not getting into the discrete parts. That is what, how we as human beings perceive the world. So this was all that was there in this, especially, and of course we will be talking about certain principles also in the next audio video. Thank you so much.